They called for an emergency ban list, and that's why we're here today. Yo, what is going on, you guys? Bashtianygo here, and today I want to go ahead and take a look at a potential emergency ban list. So I want to go ahead and talk about what an emergency ban list is for those of us who did not play back in 2016, which to my knowledge is the last time an emergency ban list was introduced into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! At least the last time it was. I think it happened once or twice before, but 2016, we're in smack middle of Pei format, Performer Pal Pendulum. It is absolutely going crazy. You have a Performer Pal Monkey board that's a one card scales. This is back when pendulums were first announced, and the pendulums were absolutely crazy. And honestly, I didn't play in that format, I'm not gonna lie, so I can't say that I was there. However, I've heard the horror stories, and due to my research, of course, this is the last time that it was done. So I went back and looked at it, and it's looking pretty similar as far as percentages goes. Now, of course, when Performer Pal Pendulum was a tier 0 deck, I believe it was winning 85 to 90% of the games, at least taking 85-90% of top cut, which in a top 32 is extremely concerning, I would say, when you talk about a tier 0 deck, and that's become more or less the antithesis of a tier 0 deck. And of course, I was there when Zodiac, of course, took over, and then Spiral took over, and those decks would just absolutely rampant as well, scoring as high as just 70-75% in some top cuts as well. So that is something that is worth considering also. So that was, I believe, 2017, 2018, so not too far off either. So it's not like these things haven't happened before. I don't believe a Zodiac got an emergency balance. I think we just kind of toughed it out until eventually Konami was like, hey, we should probably hit Trident and Zodiac Barrage and Broad Bull and Rapier, and even then the deck was just absolutely crazy, still being used up until recently when I believe they unbanned Trident and rebanned Trident or whatever. It became a Zeus deck, but that's neither here nor there, guys. So I want to talk to you guys about the current tier 0 deck, which we established in our previous video uploaded yesterday, that it is tier 0. I mean, it took up, I believe, 80% of top cut at the most recent YCS in Las Vegas, obviously winning the YCS Costa Rica with Pax team, and also Jesse Cotton winning with it in the UDS. So clearly it is clearly it is by far the best deck of the format. Like I said, when it comes to ranking them, obviously, you know, way up here, and then everything else kind of down below. I want to say if you want to put one or two that are higher than the rest as far as second tiers, would be Branded and Voiceless Voice as a potential second tier, but there's so many other decks out there as well. Fluanderies, a great budget option as well if you guys want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! On a budget. Fluanderies is a great strategy to go ahead and use. You're gonna break a few games, but that's just kind of the Fluanderies thing. If you don't see Robina, if you don't see Eaglin, then it kind of sucks. But I just want to go ahead and get that out there. So today, guys, we're going to go ahead and follow a similar concept to how the emergency ban list happened back in 2016, where essentially they hit just a few cards here and there of that specific strategy that was the problem. Also, we got some erratas as well, so we're not going to go the errata route, because then we can go spiral out of control as far as what can, may, or will happen, and it's just all speculation from there, which this is as well, but you guys get what I'm saying. So I want to go ahead and touch on, obviously, the best deck of the current format, which of course is going to be Snake Eyes, right? Snake Eyes by itself or Snake Eyes Fire King. I think it's a toss-up whether which one's better. I think it just comes with a personal preference. Me personally, I prefer the Snake Eyes Fire King variant, as it gives you a little bit more lines, me personally speaking, but I mean, that's just my personal opinion. So let's go ahead and get into it as far as what I think is going to get hits, what are the toxic cards right now, but let's go over the Snake Eyes Fire King stuff first, of course. So we'll go ahead and start off with Popular. So Popular, it just happened to land there. I'm not saying it's limited. So Popular is a great card. It's a great card for multiple reasons. Not only does it get you access to your Snake Eye spells, but it also gets you access to using 2 materials essentially for just 1 body. So it is a crazy good card. The fact that it can do that. Of course, when it gets sent to the graveyard, you just put it in the spell and trap card zone, special summon it with Flamberge, whatever, do it the same thing again next turn. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I don't believe Popular is the problem. I think even if you were to semi-limit it or limit it, it makes absolutely no difference, because we see some people playing 1 or 2 Popular right now. So it's not really going to do anything at all, unless you absolutely just ban hammer this, which would I wouldn't say, well, yeah, I would say kill the strategy, to be perfectly honest with you, because popular, without popular, then you don't have something you can search and special summon, unless you want to go ahead and summon Ash, search Birch, special summon Birch by Birch's effect, and then activate Snake Eye Ash, but then you still don't get the additional effect to go full combo with just Snake Eye Ash, because then Birch is not going to be special summon, I mean, it's not going to be added to spell and trap card zone in the event you go that route to summon out the Oak and go full combo from there. So it can completely shut down the entire strategy, I personally believe. I just don't think it's something that is going to happen, but in the event Konami wants to take some extreme measures, this is definitely going to be the way to do it. Another way you can go ahead and do it, that's the thing, is like these cards, either they're so good individually that they either need to go to 0 or stay at 3, because if you summon semi-limit Ash, guess what, you just play 2 copies of original Sinful Spoils and you're good. You get put Ash to 1, you play 3 copies of original Sinful Spoils and you're good. So it makes absolutely no difference whether Ash is unlimited, semi-limited, limited. So this has to be forbidden in order to make any type of difference. Is Konami gonna do this? Probably. Actually, probably. I don't believe they'll hit popular just because it is way too soon. The card was literally just released like a few weeks ago, so I really don't believe this is gonna happen. If they are going to hit anything, is going to have to ban Snake Eye Ash, as that is the main starter combo piece and gets your whole engine started. Like I said, playing it at 1, playing it at 2 really does absolutely nothing to the strategy whatsoever, so it's worth considering as at least. Again, I believe, right? So let's go ahead and take on to the next one. I don't think Snake Eye Oak should be mentioned on here, and Snake Eye Birch either. They're just really cool cards that you maybe play at 1, Oak maybe at 2, but I don't think they're problems. So we can go ahead and talk about the Flamberge Dragon once I find the picture. There you go. Flamberge Dragon. Okay, let's talk about it. So, Flamberge Dragon, I think, is really good. Obviously, all these cards are really good. Let me stop saying that, right? Flamberge Dragon is a great card. It has so many effects that this card needs to potentially get limited. So, limiting it prevents you access to getting a second, which means your resource management is going to have to be off the charts as well. Flamberge Dragon is just so much, being able to put cards in the spell and trap card zone, special summon to your side of the field, in addition to whenever this card leaves the graveyard by whatever means, you can go and special summon 2 level 1 fires, or 2 level 1 monsters, or whatever the effect is. You special summon back 2 level 1s or 2 fires or whatever from your extra deck. I mean, from your graveyard, guys. So it replaces itself with 2. You're most likely going to be summoning out either Oak and Oak and Ash. Ash is going to search, and Oak is going to special summon back Poplar. Poplar is going to then search you again, so you get your guaranteed follow-up plus 3 bodies on board, and that's after they get rid of the Flamberge Dragon. Or you get rid of it yourself with IP Masquerena, and you're good to go from there. I think it's crazy. I think Flamberge Dragon is a stupidly good card, and I think it really needs to get limited in order for us to see any type of value from this hit. So, by the way, I'm not saying they're going to go ahead and hit both of these in this upcoming ban list, but in whether one or the other, I definitely see the value in it. Semi-limiting it does absolutely nothing. Limiting it is the best place for it. I think Forbidden is a bit much for the deck. I mean, the deck is already completely unplayable, but that's just something that I personally believe is going to happen. Like I said, when it comes to also the time that these guys were released at, these were released last year. We've had a little more time to go ahead and play with them, so I think they're up for potential banning. Like I said, Popular is just way too soon to go ahead and ban this card. That's going to be it for as far as the cards that I believe are going to have to get hit for the Snake Eye engine. Realistically, more than that would be too much. Promethean Princess just came out. We're not going to touch that card. They're not going to touch the card. Brand Diffusion, they're not going to touch this. They're not touching this card. I'm telling you right now. This card's not getting touched. Like Fenrir's not getting touched. It's funny because there's some times where Fenrir really just is on people's target list and needs to get banned, whatever, so splashable. But no topping deck list was playing Fenrir this time around that I'm aware of, right? So Fenrir, while I think it's a great card, and while I feel like in a hand trap format like the one we are in, I think it'd be really beneficial. I just don't see anyone topping and playing it. I will continue to play it most likely, because that's just me. But as far as Fenrir goes, it's really not seeing the representation that I thought it should still get, especially in a format where it should thrive. So we can go ahead and leave it unlimited. Great. and take it from there. Let's see what else we got here. Calamity needs to get banned. It's just cancerous card. It's just okay, now we're stepping away obviously from the Snake Eye stuff just strictly. I just want to go ahead and give you guys what I think needs to happen for us to go ahead and have a more balanced gameplay. Summon Limit needs to get banned. If they're going to go ahead and hit all the floodgates like they did last format, there can be only one rivalry. It goes in match, I think, with the 3 they hit. You can't leave Summon Limit up. You just can't leave Summon Limit. Summon Limit is too crazy a card. Anti-Spell Fragrance is far less oppressive in the Snake Eye format than Summon Limit is, because they can play without spells. They don't need any spells in order to play a go full combo, like I said before. Summon Limit absolutely just shatters any dreams that they might have, and even if they want to out it with a Nightmare Phoenix, oh, just make Nightmare Phoenix. You can't, because you need to summon 2 monsters in order to make summon Nightmare Phoenix. The second you summon 2 monsters, they're flipping Summon Limit, and there's no way to quick link summon into Nightmare Phoenix before the effect of Summon Limit goes off. It's not a thing. But what else we got here? I think that's, oh yeah. Next cards I want to talk about is the Gimmick Puppets and the Albion Dragon. I think these are the 2 last cards that I want to go ahead and talk about just for today. So one of these has to go. One of these has to go. Gimmick Puppet is just a stupid card. Realistically, guys, I just don't like this card. I think that winning off of it is cheesy. Not a fan of it. Also, Albion Dragon kind of facilitates you summoning out the Gimmick Puppet, and if you don't have Gimmick Puppet, you summon DD Orthros, and it's the exact same thing. So that's, I think Albion is the better hit. Getting rid of or semi-limiting or limiting the Gimmick Puppet is not going to do absolutely anything. I think hitting the Albion Dragon really just nerfs that part of the deck, because Branded doesn't need this card in order to win. Branded can win perfectly fine without needing the Gimmick Puppet. And I think it's something that was expressed in Andres Torres' list, which he uploaded. So if you guys have not checked that out, of course, check Andres Torres' list from the last UDS tournament. But I just don't think it's necessary to go ahead and win. So Albion Dragon, go ahead and stay right there. That prevents the additional cards that go ahead and special summon out to your opponent's turn. And I believe there's one more, so if you want to go ahead, I forgot what the name of it is though, but go ahead and ban that one as well. That's going to be it as far as what I believe the emergency balance is going to hit. Like I said, it's nothing too crazy, guys. I don't think there need to be a lot of changes need to be made. I just think realistically either Ash is going to get banned because limiting it and semi-limiting it do absolutely nothing for anybody, or Flamberge Dragon needs to be limited in order to be able to limit what the deck can actually do. And then Summon Limit needs to be, it can go to 1. They put all the other floodgates at 1, so it can go to 1. Let me stop being crazy about it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like I said, when it comes to emergency ban list, it's not something that's going to be absolutely reset the entire list. It's just changes need to be made to the ban list. Usually when you need to add things onto it. Emergency ban list, to my knowledge, have never taken things off the ban list. Now if you guys want to see a full ban list prediction, let me know in the comment section down below. I can go ahead and get that out to you guys. But as far as what I believe needs to happen in order to have a more balanced, fair, fun gameplay, whatever it might be, is to get rid of these cards right over here. These cards are going to be untouched, and take it from there, see what that goes. But let me know again what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is there a card that I missed, or am I bugging? Just let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion. But without further ado, hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe. Make sure you check out Whatnot for a free $15 credit. And I'll see you guys in the next one.